Hi, we are Andy and Rich, and welcome to our channel, Remembrance of the Past, where we will be visiting churches, war graves, pillboxes and bunkers.
Today we are in MANTON Worksop. Thomas Henry Simpson died 19th of August 1919. (27759) Lance Corporal William Ellis Jackson died 24th of November 1918, aged 27. (12866) Private Arthur Watkinson, Notts and Derby Regiment, died 9th of October 1916, aged 19.
Lance Corporal Arthur Watkinson was only 20 when he enlisted. He enlisted on August 18, 1914, and after undergoing the usual training he took part in the Gallipoli expedition. He was in the famous landing at Sulva Bay, where the Sherwood Foresters fought happily. He escaped injury, but was attacked by disease, dysentery, keeping him in hospital for a while recovering. He was in the trenches in the Suez Canal, and later his battalion was drafted to France, where he was wounded in the terrible fighting at Thiepval. For a night and a day young Watkinson lay under a hedge with 2 German prisoners, both of whom were also wounded. In their pain and suffering, hostilities were suspended. The Germans asked for mercy and pleaded for water, and Lance Corporal shared his supplies with them. Watkinson had been shot through his jaw and also in the body. It was his shouts for help that led to the ambulance men coming to his aid and that of the prisoners. The 3 were removed from the field, Watkinson being taken to Boulogne and afterwards brought to Chatham, where he passed away from his injuries.
(103-224) Private Samuel Spacey died 3rd of February 1919, aged 27. (305-247) Corporal James Williams Tomlinson died November 16, 1918. (105-2110) Leading Aircraftman Herbert Gervase SEATON, Royal Air Force, died 19th of March 1941, aged 20.
Herbert Gervase SEATON, known to his bank colleagues as Jerry, joined the staff of Westminster Bank at its Retford branch in September 1938. Outside work, his interests included sport and choral singing. In July 1940, he left the bank to go on war service, becoming a leading aircraftman in the Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve. He was just completing his training as a pilot when he was killed in an accident on the 19th of March, 1941. He was 20 years old.
(39606) Corporal Thomas HIGHTON died 29th of April 1919. (10400-354) Private Frank Vernon MELLISH, Royal Army Pay Corps, died 25th of January 1943, aged 38. 1458991 Sergeant William Arthur Winderson, died 8th of September 1943, aged 21.
William Arthur Widdowson. Widdowson's aircraft took off from Bruntingthorpe during the early morning of the 8th. The crew were tasked to navigate around England and Wales, taking in 7 legs that took them north to the Isle of Man, down the Irish Sea to Pembrokeshire, across the mouth of the Severn to Cornwall, and returning to Bruntingthorpe along the southern coast. However, whilst over the Irish Sea they encountered issues and requested to land at RAF Talbenny. Unfortunately, the approach from the north was too low and they undershot, hitting the cliff, sending some wreckage up onto the cliff top, and the majority fell back into the sea, killing all the crew.
15003 Sergeant John LYNN EASON, Coldstream Guards, died 2nd of September 1918, aged 21. 45455 Herbert LAWIE, died 30th of May 1919, aged 42. 41565 Grosvenor Lewis Edmund, pilot officer, died September 13th 1940. Also his brother, flying officer John Dudley Edmonds, died over France June 7th 1940.
On the 6th of September 1940, Grosvenor was the pilot of a Lysander which had carried out a photographic reconnaissance task. He was flying with his normal air gunner Sergeant Letham and was coming in to land around mid-morning. The conditions were calm and he made a low approach onto the runway. He was concentrating on the left side of the aircraft and did not notice an RAF lorry. The driver and his mate came on the runway, also not noticing the aircraft, which then hit the hoops of the lorry, which are used to hold up the canvas roof. With its undercarriage, the Lysander hit the lorry broadside on. Immediately after the crash, the whole thing caught fire. The gunner, Sergeant Letham, managed to escape, but Edmonds had to be rescued by 2 RAF ground crew. He was taken to Worksop's Victoria Hospital with third-degree burns to his legs. At the time, tannic acid was the normal method of treating severe burns. It was later discovered that this could allow septicemia to set in, and few actually survived the experience. He died of his injuries in the early hours of the 13th of September, 1940, aged 23.
242570 Private E. Arthur, Highland Light Infantry, died 19th of November 1918, aged 30. 295256 Private Walter Ernest Newell, died 12th of November 1917.
Walter served in the Huntingdonshire Cycle Battalion, then joined the 4th London Regiment. The battalion was serving on the Isle of Wight in 1914, but was deployed to BEF France on the outbreak of war. Landing at Le Havre in early August, in 1917, the battalion took part in the 1st, 2nd and 3rd Battle of the Scarpe, Battle of Arleux, Battle of the Menin Road, the Battle of Polygon Wood, and then the Battle of Cambrai. Walter Ernest Newell died in Northampton General Hospital on the 12th of November, 1917, of wounds received in action in France.
One 29954 Gunner Fred KELK, Royal Field Artillery, died 21st of September 1918, aged 24. H. HARPHAM, served as 17019, Private F. Taylor, Leicestershire Regiment, died 10th of April 1918, aged 31.